Hot work safety is important to prevent fires and explosions and to ensure worker health and safety. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, more than 500,000 workers are injured in welding accidents alone each year. The purpose of this presentation is to ensure workers are adequately trained to perform hot work safely. Hot work is any process that generates flames, sparks, or heat, such as welding, cutting, and grinding. Hot work accounts for a significant number of serious fires in businesses every year due to the hot work causing accidental fire. A hot work procedure minimizes the chance that a fire will occur. The heat involved in hot work processes can create serious hazards, such as fires and explosions. Sparks, slag, flames, and heat from hot work can cause accidental fires. What's more, heat from hot work can be conducted through pipes and ducts, which can start fires in different rooms or on other floors in the building. Fuel gases used in hot work can explode when ignited in an enclosed space. Additionally, oxygen can cause flammable and combustible liquids to burn with explosive force. Hot work can be hazardous to your health and safety. Contact with hot equipment or material can cause severe burns. UV rays from hot work can cause serious eye damage as well as burns if the skin isn't protected. High voltage welding leads, supply current leads, or power tool cords can all cause electrical shock. Hot work can create a number of dangerous gases and fumes. Inert gases, like argon used in some types of hot work, can be asphyxiants in high concentrations. Welding fumes can contribute to metal fume fever, which is caused by the inhalation of metal oxides. Symptoms of metal fume fever can include fevers, headaches, and nausea. Hexavalent chromium fumes can be produced by welding, and long-term exposure to these fumes can cause cancer. Precautions must be taken to ensure worker safety before any hot work takes place. All fixed fire protection systems must be in operation. A hot work permit must be completed and a trained fire watch assigned. All flammable and combustible material must be kept at least 35 feet away from the job area. You may also have to use a meter to check flammable gas, vapor, or dust levels. Combustible material that cannot be moved must be protected with fireproof tarps or shields. Wall and floor openings must be plugged with fireproof material. Use shields to protect others from weld flash. Enclosed equipment that contained flammable or combustible material must be cleaned and purged. If necessary, a confined space entry permit must be secured. A fire watch is a worker trained and assigned to stay in the area of hot work and look for any evidence of an accidental fire. The fire watch must have fire extinguishing equipment available for immediate use and be prepared to set off an alarm. Watch for any hazardous conditions and stop the hot work in the event of any potential fire hazard development. Continually check all areas where a fire could start, including the floor below, the floor above, and the opposite side of walls and partitions. Keep all fireproof tarps and shields in place. And remain in constant attendance, including breaks and lunch, until 30 minutes after the job is complete. Some think of the hot work permit as just another piece of paper to fill out while trying to get the job done. However, enough fires have occurred during these types of operations that a formal checklist is required. The hot work permit helps us all ensure that the area is safe for such operations. Be sure to complete and sign a hot work permit. The hot work permit must be signed by your supervisor after necessary precautions are taken. The hot work permit must be displayed at the job site until the job is complete. A fire watch must be at the job site until 30 minutes after the job is completed. Expired hot work permits are retained for facility records. Compressed gas cylinders may be extremely pressurized and can cause serious injuries if not handled properly. When moving a compressed gas cylinder, never roll it. Instead, use a cart or dolly. Whenever you transport a cylinder, the cap must be properly in place. Never let oxygen come into contact with flammable liquids, as this will accelerate burning. Inspect hoses for damage before hot work. Ensure valves and flashback preventers are in place to prevent mixing in the hose or cylinders. Open the fuel with the torch facing away from you. Use a flint striker to light torches, nothing else. Open oxygen slowly. Close oxygen at the torch first and the fuel second when shutting down. Bleed the lines after releasing pressure. To ensure equipment is in good condition and safe for use, inspect all power cords and leads for intact insulation and connectors. Check all connectors to ensure they are tight. Route cables out of wet areas and be sure that workers are not standing in water. Keep cables out of walkways to prevent trips and falls. Never coil or loop a cable around your body. Uncoil cables and position them on the working surface. Attach the ground lead to the workpiece or as close to it as possible. Hot work requires personal protective equipment, which is selected based on the type of hot work being performed. At a minimum, eye and face protection is required to protect from flying particles and exposure to radiation. Protection may include dark cutting or burning goggles, a face shield with safety glasses, and welding hoods. Fire retardant protective clothing prevents burns from heat, sparks, slag, and light radiation. Safety boots protect against falling objects and sparks and slag. Protect the hands with long cuffed leather gloves. And in some situations, respiratory protection may be required. Ventilation is critical to controlling exposures related to hot work gases and fumes. The key to good ventilation is to draw fumes away from the breathing zone. When welding on carbon steel, a naturally well-ventilated area allows for dispersion of fumes. When welding on stainless steel or galvanized steel, additional ventilation may be necessary. A ventilation system, such as a hood or smoke eater, can provide additional protection. Remember, only perform hot work in designated or authorized areas. Ensure a permit is in place and all parties are aware. Ensure fire protection equipment is readily available. Ensure a fire watch is posted for at least 30 minutes after work is done. By adhering to these hot work safety guidelines, we can prevent accidents and create a safer working environment. Always exercise caution, wear the appropriate PPE, and follow established safety rules to promote the well-being of yourself and those around you.